Today we're going to take a look at Chapter 6, titled The Hunt of the Unicorn. There were 7 tapestries in all. Each was almost as high as the wooden ceiling. Jack read aloud from a sign on the wall under the first one. The Hunt of the Unicorn, tapestries woven in the Netherlands at the end of the 1400s. The first tapestry showed hunters and hounds searching for the unicorn. The second showed the unicorn being found. The other tapestry showed the unicorn trying to escape, leaping from a stream, chased by hounds, then captured and slain by the hunters' spears. Oddly, the last tapestry showed the unicorn alive again. He was sitting in a garden of flowers, surrounded by a wooden fence. There was a wide blue and gold collar around his neck, and he was chained to a tree. "That's him," Annie said softly. "How can it be him?" said Jack. "He's a picture in a tapestry." "Read Merlin's poem again," said Annie. Jack unbuckled his briefcase and pulled out the parchment scroll. He read aloud. "The very last unicorn is now hidden well by those who have put him under a spell." "The unicorn is hidden in the tapestry," said Annie. "The people who wove it must be the ones who put him under a spell." Said Jack. He read on. 4 centuries, 4 decades from that afternoon, at the end of November before the blue moon. "Stop, do the math," said Annie. "Right," said Jack. He took out his notebook and pencil. "Okay, 4 centuries is 400, and 4 decades is 40. Add them up, you get 440. Then you subtract 440 from 1838, and you get 1498. "That works," said Annie. "The sign says the tapestries were woven at the end of the 1400s. And it's the end of November. And Mr. Perkins said there's a blue moon tonight." "Oh, man," whispered Jack. He kept reading. "He will wake once more and be free to go home if you call his name Divine Flower of Rome." Annie looked up at the tapestry. "Divine Flower," she called. Nothing happened. "Divine Flower of Rome," Jack called. Jack and Annie watched and waited. Nothing changed in the tapestry. It looked exactly the same. "Maybe he's not the right unicorn after all," said Jack. "Maybe it's just not the right name," said Annie. "Read the rest." Jack read more of the poem. "You must coax him to stand once his name is spoken. His chain will break, and the spell too be broken." "He's the right unicorn," said Annie. "See, there's the chain." She pointed to the chain in the tapestry. "Yeah, but why didn't calling his name work?" said Jack. "Why didn't he wake up?" "I don't know," said Annie. "What else does the poem say?" Jack read on. "Then a young girl must love him and show him the way, lest he be trapped forever on public display. If he loses this chance to rise and depart, all magic will fade from his horn and his heart." "He is on public display, and I'm the girl, Jack," said Annie. "I love him a lot. I'll show him the way." "Okay, calm down. First we need to wake him up," said Jack. Voices came from outside. Jack moved to a window. He looked out into the courtyard. 2 people were coming through the cloister, their heads down against the flying snow. One wore a dark cape, and the other a tan raincoat. Jack turned back to Annie, a big grin on his face. "You were right. They found us. Teddy and Kathleen are here," he said. "They'll know how to break the spell." "Of course," said Annie, beaming. "Quick, let's hide and surprise them for a change." "In there," said Jack. He and Annie hurried into a long room off of the tapestry room. They heard the door from the cloister open. They felt a rush of cold air. They heard footsteps. Jack and Annie grinned at each other. Jack put his finger to his lips. Then a quick, nervous boy's voice came from the tapestry room. "Grinda! They are not here." "I see that, Balor. But look. Ah, Is it him, Grinda? Annie grabbed Jack's arm. Balor? Grinda? She whispered. Shh, whispered Jack. Of course 'tis him, said the girl. I told you those Frog Creek brats would lead us to him. Get the rope ready. Aye, said the boy. Jack and Annie carefully peered around the corner. They saw a girl and a boy standing with their backs to them, facing the unicorn in the last tapestry. The boy held a thick black rope. Call out his name, Grinda, said the boy. The girl took a step toward the tapestry. She raised her arms in front of the unicorn. Dianthus, she called. Wind whistled through the open doorway. The flowers in the tapestry swayed as if the wind were blowing on them. The scent of roses wafted through the room. The unicorn moved his head. Oh, whispered Annie. Get ready, Balor, to take him back to the master, said the girl. Annie clutched Jack's arm. Who's the master? She whispered. I don't know, whispered Jack, but I don't think he's a good guy. The girl turned back to the tapestry and spoke softly to the unicorn. Come, come, my lovely Dianthus. Stand up now. Come out of that old rug. The unicorn turned his head and looked out at the girl. They looked in his blue eyes with ancient yet young, wise yet innocent. He lifted his head as if he were about to stand. The girl nodded to the boy. The boy slowly coiled the black rope into a noose. The girl looked at the unicorn again. Come to me, Dianthus, she coaxed. Don't be afraid. I'll love you and show you the way. No, Dianthus, yelled Annie. Don't go to her. Annie and Jack bolted from the hiding place. Balor and Grinda whirled around in surprise. They both had pale faces and pale, shining eyes. Leave him alone, Annie yelled at the strange pair. You don't love him. We love him. At that moment, there was a flash of light, and the unicorn in the tapestry leapt like a deer over the wooden fence. Balor and Grinda shrieked and jumped back. Jack covered his head. Then there was silence. Jack looked up. The tapestry on the wall was unchanged. It still showed a unicorn woven from yarn, chained to a tree. But standing on the floor of the museum was the most beautiful creature Jack had ever seen. And that is the end of chapter 6. See you tomorrow.